make sure you grab different color spray paints, different size thread edges, and everyday household items like cups or lids. My name is Arturo Lopez, and I created Spraycasso Studios back in 1999. I have then continued to show people diverse ways of creating master paintings in just a few minutes using nothing more than just spray paints and everyday household items. The beauty of this art is that you don't have to have a steady hand or know how to draw. All it requires is a little bit of imagination and some dedication. So join us, and you too can become a Spraycasso master. I will walk you through diverse techniques of creating beginner level paintings, intermediate level paintings and techniques, advanced level paintings, and we'll take your skills even further to master level paintings. So if you guys are ready to embark into a new art adventure, then grab your spray paints and materials. Let's get started. Alright guys, this next tutorial is going to be something different, and we're going to create a pyramid. All you need is a magazine sheet, something like this. Maybe not quite as colorful, but something like that, right? You just need a magazine sheet, doesn't matter what it is. And let's mark where we're going to put our pyramid at. You want to use one of the corners. Let's use this one. That looks pretty good. Now guys, if you don't mind using your hands to get a little spray paint on them, it's great. If you do mind, get yourself some latex gloves. They're always handy. Myself, I think I look pretty rebellious, right, when I show up to the store and not just my nails, but my entire hand is painted a certain color. Makes me feel good, makes me feel like an outlaw. No, I'm just kidding guys. I just can't afford any gloves. Actually, I have a bottle of paint thinner, so it lays around here in the shop, and so when I'm done, just soak your hands in there and voila. So if you guys use your hands quite a lot like I do, get yourself some paint thinner. Find that in any store. Let's use a little bit of orange, some yellow, maybe a little bit of red here on this. Right? Makes pretty good looking pyramid so far. You can leave it like this. You can add some texture to it. I think I'll add a little bit of texture, right? So we'll add a little bit of black. And you can use another magazine sheet. Right, so use the magazine sheet, place it down. Look at that. Pretty cool. That's what you get. And throw that away. Alright, and then what you do is you get your straight edge. And you say, okay, this is a pyramid, so obviously it's going to have 3 points to it. So you can either come right down the middle, which I've seen a lot of spray painters do, or I usually go just a little bit off the side, maybe a good 45-degree angle here. Right? Remember, always want to shoot at this part, not on the painting. Just right? And then maybe just kind of blend that in a little bit more, make it darker than the other side. Okay? So far with me? So far you can see where your pyramid's going to be, the colors and the texture of it. Alright guys, so far we have our pyramid, right? That's what it's going to look like. It's great. It's jolly great. Remember, you don't have to use anything special, a magazine sheet. That's all it takes. Just line it up. Alright. Just like that. Put something heavy on it. Magnets. Something like that. That'll work. I'm going to make this a night scenery. So, I usually use a lot of blue for those. right? Something like that. And we come in with the black. And what we're trying to go for here, we're going to go from real dark, and we're going to start blending in the black into the blue. See that? Right. Remember the start technique, guys? Get your can, good 45-degree angle away from the painting. And now make sure you shake your can and spray it off somewhere else before you do this. The stars will look much better. And very gently. To create the moon. Very simple and yet very hard. Alright, I'm going to put it right there. Just a dot. There you go. What's hard about it, you say? You have to make sure that the can is aimed perpendicular to the painting. Otherwise, if the cap is a little bit off to the side, when you spray, you're going to get this splatter. So make sure you test it out and then do it. Right? Alright. So what we can do here is we can remove our stencil. You can add a little bit of white if you'd like, so that the pyramid looks like it's glowing. You can even add some colors. Oh, that's a good idea. Like they're shooting out from the pyramid into the sky. Alright? Maybe a little bit of yellow. What colors you use is totally up to you guys. Have fun with it. Experiment with your paintings. I said paintings and not paints. We don't endorse that here. So, alright. Got that? Here we go. Let's remove this. Look at that. And we're not done with this yet. No, no. We're going to use a little bit of black. Right about here, we're going to fade this into the pyramid. We're going to use orange and yellow. Spray some orange there on the bottom, some yellow on top, and the key ingredient is black. Cover that all black. So you'll get something that looks like that. So we have this on the bottom. Guys, you don't want to put more than 3 colors. If you do, make sure you cover it with a neutral color. So in this case we used orange, right, yellow, and then black. Black is a neutral color. If you want to add more colors to this painting, or to these layers, you have to have at least 3 colors, right? Maximum 3 colors. And then you put a neutral color on top, and then you can put 3 more colors on top of that. But in this case, we use 2 colors and then our neutral. Alright, here we go. Look at the effect of that sand that we got there. Alright, so this is the texture that we've created. And if you guys have ever been down to the desert, fortunately for me, I live in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and most of this is Chihuahuan Desert. And so this is the effect that the wind will create on the sand. It'll have these little ripples. It'll follow a pattern. And more or less, that's what it looks like. So if you have a really long magazine sheet, you could use that. That'd be great. If not, just notice how I did it. Used a little piece at a time. Remove that. Put it on the other side. Remove that. Right, now for this bottom part, there's a couple things you can do. You can mimic the same pyramid that we saw on the back. Maybe create some water here and some reflection going on. If that's what you want to do, you can. And the way you do that, get a little bit like that. Right, I'm just trying to copy the same colors that I see up there. Alright, something like that. And that'll be the definition point where our water separates from our sand. Now, take a magazine sheet, fold it in half, make a little triangle out of it. And you know what? Let's create some texture too. There's texture in that pyramid. So put that down. Something like that. Alright? Then you can just put a little triangle right on top of that. Maybe even do something like, yeah, like that, where you can barely see the peak there at the bottom. Now, for the water, I'm going to create the illusion of reflection. So I'm going to use quite a bit of blue. Alright, and some white. Now remember what I showed you earlier, and that's to kind of make the water more realistic by mixing it with the little magazine sheet. Well, what we're going to do here is different. We're going to just kind of smear that with our fingers. Right? That'll give us a very oil-like transition and effect. I mean, it'll mix your colors to where it looks like it was done with oils. It's a pretty neat little technique. This technique I've used a lot, especially for pyramid scenes or the Aztec pyramids. Alright, so let's remove this. So as you can see some of the pyramid there at the bottom. There's a little bit of black. Now, with the straight edge and the white, just going to make a couple runs, a couple straight lines. See that? Makes your water look a heck of a lot more realistic. And don't forget, if we have a moon up there, you have to have a moon down here. Something like that. If you want, you can try and mimic the colors of the rainbow. Right, so you have your orange, your yellow, the red, and the blue. Alright, what did we say was important in every painting? Your signature. Alright, just gonna add a little bit of clear coat, make your painting nice and glossy. Here we go. Picasso 2010. Let's take a look at the painting you just created. If the table will let me have it. See, that's the problem about Picasso paintings. They're so good. The table will fight you for it. People will fight you for it. Alright, here we go. Take a look at that rainbow. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I hope you guys have liked this tutorial. Learned a few new techniques here, right? You've learned the water. You've learned to create a pyramid, reflection. Nice little rainbow there. You guys already knew the star technique, but now you learn how to fade the sky. Make it look like it's going from a nice blue and transitions into a black. And vice versa, it's a black and it transitions into a blue. So these are things to keep in mind for the next tutorials. And if you guys are ready, grab your spray paints. Let's get ready for the next one, huh?